Good evening. My name is Brightops, and welcome back to Mordheim, City of the Damned. Now, for those curious as to what changes I've made while off camera and going through everyone's stuff, just upgrading everyone, we are on the verge of finishing Mr. Troves' training, so he will be leading the next mission. We will also have the Alcoholic back as well, which will be amazing. But we did two other things that have happened is we have started Scythe on heavy armor training, so that he may better actually move around while being heavily armored, which will be useful for him. We also have started Valentine. We've started them training Strong Blow, which, as an ability, does a fair bit of damage. But we did discover something else while looking through what Valentine can actually learn. Valentine, to our knowledge, because I have looked through some of the others, and I haven't seen anything, but has the ability Natural Born Leader, which means that effectively I could promote Valentine to become leader of a warband, akin to how Mr. Troves and Cyclone are. However, we're not planning on doing that anytime soon, so let us start the new day.
Market stock has been replenished.
See, Mr. Troves has gotten guidance, good. Alcoholic has learned Web of Steel, fantastic. 5 warriors receiving treatment for injuries, and 2 are training. Good, we also have... Ooh. We have... We're gonna need some money. See, I'm currently waiting a shipment which will arrive tomorrow. Okay, we can wait until then. But in return, we've got some, let's see, rare handgun, rare great hammer. Actually, an epic hammer and handgun. Some good rare equipment for some of our people. Yeah, once we get paid, we're gonna be getting a fair bit of good useful gear to work with. Let's see, is that everyone? Yes. So let us see what missions we have today. Let's see, Walk in the Fog, which is a marked for death, normal. A deadly wordstone rush. It has a ridiculous amount of wordstone, but yeah, that deadly is making me paranoid. Although, one does not gain reward by being cowardly.
A spy has reported that an enemy warband is hurrying to recover a secret cache of equipment in the area. With this information, you are able to beat them to the location and deploy patrols to watch for the enemy's arrival.
Okay. Whether doing this was a mistake or not, we will see shortly. But we are going to have because the rewards are great, but so's the risk. Let's see, where is there? Yes, we are against... I'm fairly certain these are the Sisters of Sigmar, considering their choice of name. Alright, we have the gun line, or at least the parts of it that are currently active, ready and waiting to spring their trap. Now it's time for us to move forward. Or at least it will be once Altaholic steps up. But yes, a subject matter that I have been considering talking about, and honestly probably should be addressed at some point, is what exactly are demons? At least, what are they in the Warhammer universe? Well, that is it's both a fairly easy concept, but also can be quite complex at the same time. But the quick version is that, speaking of demons, yes, that is a rogue pink horror. That thing is just going to roam all by itself, and more or less just be oh no. Ah, yeah, I have put Grey Vested in serious danger by complete accident. This isn't good. This is not good at all. Because sadly, I do not have... It's not that I don't have any faith in him, it's just I don't have much hope of him actually being able to overcome a proper demon of the warp all by himself. But yes, what are... As I was going to talk about the subject anyway, but now it's just become more apparent. What the hell are demons of the warp? Well, effectively, just as the name suggests, they are demons of the warp come from a dimension known as the warp.
Updated.
Which, in the Warhammer world, is effectively it's kind of like a spirit realm. It's like it's a realm of existence that is very akin to the material world, to reality. It is where things such as emotions and souls exist. But what does that mean about
objectives updated?
The creatures that inhabit it? Well, effectively, the warp is, as I said, it's something of a spirit realm. But the way that it works is the things that it is shaped by the material realm, in that living things with emotions have an impact on the warp. And as to where the demons come into it. Uh-oh. Wait, what the hell? Why have we got such a low... Oh, don't tell me she's got some sort of blessing that makes ranged attacks do jack shit. Because her running into the gun line, not a good thing. But... Sorry, where was... Oh, yes. How the warp works. How do I explain it? I guess the best way to explain it would be to explain how entities are formed. You see, the warp is relatively shaped by, well, things such as belief. Things like belief will actually shape the warp. An example of this that was used to explain this to me would be Santa. So let's use Santa for example. No, wait, I may potentially have children listening in on this. What's a good example of a mythical thing? Okay, this might work. A good example would be the stork. Let's go with the tale of the stork. A creature that, according to stories that has been passed down by parents for time immaterial, delivers children. Now, if enough people believe in the stork in the physical worlds, then in the warp, an entity that is effectively the stork will exist. And its primary directive will be to effectively deliver small children deliver babies to new parents. Though exactly how it goes about this is going to depend. And where the hell did this demon go? It just sort of took off and... Oh, wait, it's... Oh, good, it's gonna go play with them. That's good. But... Okay, how to explain this properly? Yep, I was right. She's got a... some sort of buff that called Sigmar's Chosen, which is allowing her to more or less just ignore us shooting at her. So we're gonna fall back because we are not in any condition to fight that with what we've got here. Alright, as much as it sucks, there is a good chance we may have to leave Corin behind in order to save Sinister and Miss Lana. Not bad at all.
Objectives
Though the
updated.
chance to... I might grab that with someone else, because the chance to get some more stone is just too much to...
Objectives
under the
updated.
circumstances. On the plus side, since we freed up Alcoholic, we should have an easier time dealing with their impressive... But yes, here's the thing about entities of the warp, is most of them are... I'm not going to say they're not intelligent, but they're going to be somewhat limited in what they do, since they are shaped by the belief in them.
Objectives updated.
Thus, that explains what they... It sort of sets the rules for them. Sort of sets what rules they live by. So to give an example of what this means. As I said with the case of the stork wants to deliver children to parents. However, the stork will probably maybe not be completely aware of it, because very few demon entities of the warp are, though some of them can become self-aware enough to know what they need to survive, what they need to thrive and grow powerful. In this case, the belief in the stork would be, I need to deliver children. I need to be seen delivering children. And I don't think Curran's gonna make it. Nope. Unfortunate, but kind of not surprising either. See, where's Conrad right now? Yeah, you can come assist Miss Lana. She kind of needs the help.
A new round has started.
But the stork would need people to see it doing its job in order to spread belief. It also raises the very interesting question of just where it'd be getting the children from, since, well, the stork delivers babies, but the story doesn't. But most versions of the story doesn't really explain where it gets the babies from, or at least none in a truly. At least not in a truly uniform way that would give the stork form. This can be problematic, since, as I said, the thing needs to do its job, and that requires it to have children to deliver. So it might, also in a way of spreading its belief in the stork, it might start abducting children from others in order to not only confirm to others, spread new belief that it exists, but also to get the children it needs in order to provide its primary task. Which is why rules are important. Since most, not necessarily all, because very few entities of the warp actually have the self-awareness to understand that that this is what I need to exist, and therefore I need more of it. At least not on anything more than a basic level. Sort of like in the sense that, okay, I'm thirsty, this is what I need in order to live. The problem tends to come into effect when they start getting particularly self-aware, which is kind of what's happened in the case of the Chaos Gods, since at their core, they are effectively just warp entities that embody certain elements, such as Korn is the embodiment of combat. He is the embodiment of anger. He is the embodiment of hate, and that tends to exhibit itself in, warfare. And the thing is, he is self-aware enough to recognize that he requires hatred and anger and bloodshed to survive and grow stronger. Now, here's the thing. Because he knows that anger and hate are what he needs, he can effectively basically mess around with the material world a bit in order to promote the substance he needs. Because there are different degrees of anger. Just having someone who's just, oh, I've gotten angry and I just punch a wall. Yeah, that's a bit of anger that will feed him. But having someone go that berserk, and I just hit the wrong dodge stance. Whoopsie daisy. But having someone go so berserk with rage that they murder their own family with their own hands provides a hell of a lot more of a boost than the first. So he works to effectively increase the amount of anger and bloodshed in the world. Likewise, it's sort of like this. It's the same sort of deal with Nurgle. Nurgle is at his core the embodiment of decay. He is the embodiment of death and decay, as well as rebirth to a degree. But while things die, things will die naturally, and he does benefit from that. But while that does benefit, he can also, if say a particularly viral plague was to sweep through a nation and just kill tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, that's going to give him a lot more to work with than if an elderly woman dies from a cold. If that makes sense. Which is why the Chaos Gods are so, well, dangerous in their way. It's because they are effectively just normal demons that have become aware enough of their own situation to actively start trying to improve it. The fact that it's so brutal and costs mortals dearly, not a concern to them. Because, well, it's kind of like the debate of whether they're good or evil, in the sense that, yes, encouraging humans to do what they do is absolutely horrific from a mortal human point of view. From their point of view, they're literally just doing this to basically get food. It is literally how they thrive. Down goes Miss Lana. Nuts. Well, hopefully she survives this. Because I would hate to lose her. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that entities of the warp are evil.
A new round has started.
Because just as there are entities that benefit from darker emotions, such as Korn being fueled by rage, and Tzeentch. Yeah, Tzeentch is a weird one, since he is the embodiment of hope. He's the because that's basically what he is, the Lord of Change, but his primary emotion that fuels him is hope. Such as the hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Now, why? Here's the thing about hope. is if Zinch was to basically provide hope, he provides hope and for a better tomorrow and things to happen. But in turn, let's see, he's kind of a dick about it. And that makes a great deal of sense when you consider that the best way to describe hope is jam tomorrow. Is probably the best, to quote a Terry Pratchett novel. Jam tomorrow. If you give a man a man wants a jar of jam today and you give it to him, then what's he gonna do? He's just gonna sit there and eat it. However, if you tell him that there might be a jar of jam tomorrow, that will keep him going forever. Hope is not nice about it, and Zinch is likewise the same. He is not pleasant about the fact that, well, he needs to kind of string people along. Because if he actually gives them what they hope for, then, well, they stop hoping, having to hope for it, don't they? They can quite literally just, well, effectively
Objectives
just
updated.
Enjoy the stuff they've got. It's kind of the same deal with Slaanesh, the Prince of Exit, the Prince of Pleasure.
Objectives updated.
There are people who make the argument that all Slaanesh wants you to do is enjoy life. Live life to the fullest. But here's the thing. Here's the dark little twist that they don't tell you about. See, let's just put it this way. If you were to sit down and have an amazing steak, you could potentially go, oh, this is a great steak. But if you are the worshipper of Slaanesh, then somewhere in the back of your mind, there's going to be this little voice that's just going to tell you, oh, sure, this is a good steak,
round has started.
But I'm sure there's better out there. And that's going to just keep gnawing at you and gnawing at you until the steak in front of you it doesn't taste as well as you thought. It just stops having the same appeal that it once had. And after that, it's kind of a slippery slope it's very much a slippery slope of once you start actually getting bored of regular food, you start eating people. And then you sort of get to the point where, in order to enjoy eating people, you have to torture them first. There's a good chance we probably just won this, but yeah. Wait, no, they made it. They made their test. Nice. I was hoping for this. Because this means I can now go demon hunting. Because as much as I would love to just win this here and now, if we can actually find and take down that pink horror that's walking around, that is a fairly big. Yeah, it's nearby, definitely. That is a fairly big experience bonus to whoever kills it. Plus, I kind of also want to take the time to actually collect a bit more wordstone. Because where... I swore there was more. Ah. Well, on the plus side, at least we found it, so there's that. I also know for a fact there's one down there. See how much you're full up? Not great. Yes, at this point my job is to keep Mr. Troves out of combat. Because getting him involved in a fight sounds like a bad idea right now, considering how little health he has left. Okay. And on the plus side, we're at least in a position where we can kill, if we can kill.
A new round has started.
Preferably before their demon actually kills them, because I would not like their morale to drop below saving point till we've had a chance to kill this damn thing and get our secondary objective. Let's see, who is she? Okay, as much as I would love to finish finish her, we're going to just sort of ignore that, because when she dies, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. She will take this whole thing down with her. She will probably cause her warbands to rout. And that's not good for us under the circumstances. Not just yet, anyway. Unfortunately, she's probably not going to survive another turn. Which kinda sucks. At least, not without some help. Let's give Sinister just some guidance anyway, just for the sake of it.
A new round has started.
Okay, she's dead, which isn't great. And it's starting to throw some spells around, which also isn't great. Okay, we could attack the demon outright. Alternatively, we could kill this bugger, which will delay their check by their warbands check for a bit. Which means
Objective completed.
We can hopefully get a bit more of we've at least gotten a bit more of our experience up. Preferably without Conrad dying either. Which is at least a chance of happening. Alright. This is gonna be dangerous, but screw it, we're going in. Unless the Pink Horus survives. Though their leader managed to hold it together. Uh-oh. I may have made a mistake sending in... Oh, not. Well, at the very least, we walk away with our secondary objective. Annoying that we didn't kill a demon, but... not much we can do. Better than losing...
When the Baron hears how you
people.
decimated the enemy, he will be as pleased as a halfling in a pie shop. He may even send a bit of gold by way of gratitude.
Let's see what the damage for this mission has been. Deep wound. That's probably one of the best we can hope for. Granted, Miss Lana will be out of action for a bunch recovering from that, but she hasn't gained any permanent injuries.
Nice progress. Fantastic.
Leveled up.
Remarkable.
Leveled. Corin Brand has died. Crap.
It's over for this one.
Mordheim claims yet another victim, another life extinguished by the city of the damned. Brief ceremony is given to the dead, for corpses must be swiftly disposed of in this blighted place. The equipment and effects of the dead are shared amongst the surviving members of the warband.
Remarkable.
It is hard to have lost Corin. They were a part of the gun line. Though I guess if nothing else we can at least hire a new person to take their place and train them. Make some quick sales to see who can we... Let's see, we have a level 3 henchman here that we can get for absolute free, as well as upgrade them as required. But we'll entertain that thought another time. Until then, my name is Brightops, and I look forward to hearing from you.